7 ways to make extra money after work. For many people, one paycheck simply doesn't stretch as far as it used to. Between housing, groceries, transportation, debt, utilities, and unexpected expenses, finding room in your budget can be difficult. The good news is that you don't necessarily need to quit your job or start a complicated business to increase your income. You can start with the hours you already have available after work. Whether your goal is to pay down debt, build an emergency fund, save for something important, or simply have more breathing room, here are 7 practical ways to start working toward additional income. Point 1. Start freelancing. One of the easiest ways to start making extra money is to sell a skill you already have. You don't necessarily need a degree or professional certification. Think about tasks you're already comfortable doing. You could offer services such as writing, proofreading, virtual assistants, social media management, graphic design, video editing, data entry, research, resume assistance, spreadsheet creation. Start by asking yourself, what can I do that saves another person time or solves a problem? That's potentially a service. You can look for clients through freelance platforms, social media, professional networks, or direct outreach to businesses. The important thing is to start with one clear service instead of trying to offer everything. Point 2. Sell digital products. If you have useful knowledge, experience, or organizational skills, you may be able to turn them into a digital product. Examples include ebooks, templates, checklists, planners, worksheets, trackers, guides, printables, online courses. The advantage of a digital product is that you can create it once and potentially sell copies repeatedly. For example, instead of simply creating a generic budget planner, you could create the paycheck-to-paycheck budget planner. Now you're solving a specific problem for a specific customer that's much easier to market. Remember, don't just sell the PDF. Sell the outcome the PDF helps the customer work toward. Point 3. Offer a local service. Not every side hustle needs to happen online. People in your community already pay for services that save them time or handle jobs they don't want to do themselves. You could consider lawn care, house cleaning, dog walking, pet sitting, furniture assembly, car detailing, junk removal, errand running, moving assistance, pressure washing. Local services can be particularly attractive because you don't necessarily need thousands of social media followers. You need customers in your area who have a problem you can solve. Start small. One customer can lead to a second customer. A satisfied customer can also lead to referrals. Point 4. Become a delivery or gig worker. If you want something flexible that can fit around your existing job, gig work may be worth considering. Depending on what's available in your area, opportunities may include food delivery, grocery delivery, package delivery, rideshare driving, task-based services, shopping services. The major advantage is flexibility. You may be able to work evenings, weekends, or whenever your schedule allows. However, don't look only at your gross earnings. Consider expenses such as gas plus maintenance plus insurance plus taxes plus vehicle depreciation. What matters is what you actually keep after expenses. Point 5. Start creating content. Content creation probably won't be the fastest way to make money after work, but it can become something much bigger over time. You could create content around something you already know or are actively learning. For example, personal finance, fitness, cooking, technology, side hustles, career advice, home improvement, gaming, history, product reviews, personal development, Your content can eventually support several potential income streams, including advertising, sponsorships, affiliate marketing, services, and your own products. Instead of asking, "How do I go viral?" ask, "What problem can I consistently help my audience solve?" Build around that. Point 6. Resell items for profit. Look around your home. There may already be things you no longer use that someone else would happily buy. You could start by selling unwanted electronics, furniture, clothing, tools, collectibles, appliances, sporting equipment. Once you understand what sells, you could potentially expand into buying undervalued items and reselling them. The basic idea is simple. Buy low, right arrow, add value. When appropriate, right arrow, sell higher. But learn your market before spending significant money on inventory. Starting with items you already own can help you learn the process with less financial risk. Point 7. Turn your knowledge into a service. Sometimes the most valuable side hustle isn't learning something completely new. It's recognizing the value of something you already know. Maybe you're particularly good at Microsoft Excel. Someone else struggles with it. Maybe you understand resume writing. Someone else needs help getting interviews. Maybe you understand social media. A small business owner doesn't have time to manage it. Maybe you're great at organization. Someone else desperately needs help getting organized. Knowledge becomes valuable when it solves another person's problem. Ask yourself, what do people already ask me for help with? The answer could point you toward a side hustle. Which side hustle should you choose? Don't choose something simply because someone online claims they're making thousands of dollars doing it. Consider 4 things. 1. What are you already good at? Starting with an existing skill can shorten your learning curve. Point 2. How much time do you realistically have? If you have only 2 hours after work, choose something that fits that schedule. Point 3. How quickly do you need money? A local service or gig work may potentially produce income sooner than building a YouTube channel or digital product business. Point 4. What could you continue doing for the next 6 months? Consistency matters. A side hustle you can sustain is often more useful than an exciting idea you abandon after 2 weeks. Don't try all 7. This is where many people get stuck. They watch a video about freelancing, then they hear about drop shipping, then they discover digital products, then they start thinking about YouTube, then another opportunity appears. Soon they're researching 7 ways to make money and executing none of them. Choose one. Give yourself enough time to learn how it works. Set a small initial goal. Your first goal doesn't need to be make $10,000 a month. It could simply be get my first customer. Then make my first $100. Then make an extra $500 this month. Build from there. Start after work today. You don't need to wait until you have the perfect business idea. You don't need a fancy logo. You don't need thousands of followers. And you don't need to quit your job. Start with what you have. Your existing skills, your available time, a problem you can solve, one potential customer. Choose one side hustle and take one meaningful action today. Because additional income usually doesn't start with a massive opportunity. It starts with a decision. I'm going to start